Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us on America's Report. I'm Christina Aguayo.
Donald Trump took to Truth Social to slam Joe Biden after the White House and Secret Service said that they do not have visitor logs for Biden's home in Wilmington, Delaware, the same place that classified documents were found stashed in his garage. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer sent a letter to White House Chief of Staff Ron Klein asking for the visitor logs, saying, given the serious national security implications, the White House must provide the Wilmington resident's visitor log. But apparently they don't have them, which prompted Trump to respond, saying, quote, the White House just announced that there are no logs or information of any kind on visitors to the Wilmington house and flimsy, unlocked, and unsecured, but now very famous garage. Maybe they are smarter than we think, he said. This is one of the seemingly many places where highly classified documents are stored, in a big pile on the damp floor. Mar-a-Lago is a highly secured facility with security cameras all over the place and watched over by staff and our great Secret Service. I have info on everyone. Investigations have been launched into the classified documents scandal. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but some are upset at a new statue that was unveiled in Boston to honor the late icon. The $10 million sculpture called The Embrace was inspired by a photo of MLK Jr. embracing Coretta Scott King in the same park the civil rights leader met his wife. However, many are slamming the statue for being woke, even saying it looks like a part of the male anatomy, including Seneca Scott, Coretta's cousin, who said the statue is a failure. He said, quote, if you had showed that statue to anyone in the hood, they'd have been like, no, absolutely not. He continued on to say the woke algorithm is just broke. I don't know what else to tell you. If you went through all of that and that's what you came up with, something's wrong, he said. You're spending $10 million on a bronze statue without heads on it? Man, it's a joke. The bronze artwork was designed by Hank Willis Thomas and Mass Design Group and was selected out of 126 proposals. Hunter Biden is back in the spotlight after a new document revealed that Hunter claimed he made rent payments to Joe Biden in the amount of $50,000 a month at the same Delaware residence that classified documents were found stashed alongside Joe's Corvette in the garage. According to the document, Hunter lived at the home from March of 2017 to February of 2018. However, the 52-year-old also claimed he owned the property on a 2018 background check as part of a rental application. Listen to this. Even though Hunter claimed to pay nearly $50,000 a month to Joe for monthly rent, Joe's 2017 tax returns show he only listed $19,800 in rents received. In 2018, Joe listed no rent received. In addition, according to Zillow, the highest priced property for rent in Wilmington, Delaware is a mere $6,000 a month. Oversight Committee Chair James Comer is investigating the Biden family business for wire fraud, while the feds are investigating Hunter for tax violations and probable money laundering. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is failing to comply with the House Oversight Committee's investigation into the classified documents scandal. Joe Biden is being accused of mishandling top secret documents after 3 stashes were found at Biden's think tank offices and in his garage at his Delaware home. Congressman James Comer, who ordered the National Archives to disclose all documents and communications between or among the White House and the Department of Justice, or NARA, National Archives and Records Administration, regarding the classified documents, said the National Archives is actually stonewalling the investigation. This, as the new Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, is slamming the way the investigation into Joe Biden's classified document scandal is being handled.
Why does his Department of Justice treat people differently? Every time we find something that comes out before the election dealing with Biden's family, it's pushed under the rug. It's called a lie.
McCarthy said that investigators and the media are not handling Biden's scandal the same way they approached the situation with President Donald Trump. He said, quote, "Where's the photos of President Biden's documents? This is what makes America not trust their government." McCarthy said it was concerning that when documents were found behind lock and key inside Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, the FBI raided the residence and pictures were blasted on every mainstream news outlet in the nation, with many calling for the imprisonment of Trump. Now that it's been discovered that Biden has classified documents stashed at numerous different locations, the FBI did not conduct a raid, the media is silent, and most Democrats are saying it was a, quote, accident. McCarthy said a congressional committee has been created to investigate the weaponization of the DOJ and FBI, adding, quote, "We will get to the bottom of this, no matter how hard we have to fight." Another sudden death to report as a 25-year-old student at the University of Pittsburgh died unexpectedly from an unknown cause. According to her obituary, Dr. Lindsay Ann Heck was the light of everyone's life. Her smile lit up a room and her laughter was contagious. She was a loyal friend and trusted confidant to everyone she loved. Lindsay loved fiercely and lived her life always putting others before herself. Heck was the valedictorian of her class in 2016, then received a doctorate of pharmacy in May of 2022. Her obituary states she loved running multiple vaccine clinics and often shared her knowledge with others. And apparently, Dr. Leana Wen, the same doctor who pushed punishments for non-vaccinated people on CNN, has admitted that COVID deaths and hospitalizations have been massively overcounted. In an article Wen wrote for WAPO, the medical analyst says that infectious disease doctors she spoke with say that, quote, 90% of patients diagnosed with COVID are actually in the hospital for some other illness. The doctor Wen refers to said that people would come into the hospital with gunshot wounds or other serious illnesses and then were tested for the virus. If they tested positive and died, COVID would be put on their death certificate, even though the coronavirus was not the primary contributor to their death and often played no role at all. Many people took to social media to slam Wen for not only coming out with this information 2.5 years late, but also pushing the opposite narrative throughout the pandemic.
It needs to be hard for people to remain unvaccinated. Right now, it's kind of the opposite. It's fine. I mean, it's easy if you're unvaccinated. You can do everything you want to do anyway.
Posts to social media said that during the pandemic, businesses were forced to close. Schools were shut down. Tens of thousands of people were permanently banned from social media for expressing the now validated information, and lives were destroyed. Others talked about the vaccine, saying that tens of thousands of people lost their jobs for not getting the jab, including those in the military that were stripped of their benefits as well.